Hello beautiful people, happy February. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. And welcome to our February TBR. Now, I am in a bit of a pickle here because, as I may have mentioned in my last vlog, focusing on Little Women, my brain is not quite ready to compute. My brain is struggling right now, just struggling a little bit. So we may have to get a little more creative with our TBR, go for a little more lighthearted reads, easier reads, fast reads, because our brain is just not picking up very quickly right now. So this is a challenge because I do have my Whistle Down Wishes series where I'm reading a classic written by a woman each month of this year. So we do still have to get a classic, but I'm going to go for one that I think will be more exciting for me. Hopefully. But anyway, let's get into what this February is going to look like. Yeah, first update. So I have two book clubs that I'm participating in. I am actually dropping out of the Middle Earth read along because I am just struggling with denser books at the moment. And so I don't want to force myself to try to read Lord of the Rings, because when I tried to read Lord of the Rings back in like middle school, I struggled. I will hopefully read the Lord of the Rings sometime in the future, but just not right now. Isn't that right, Pumpkin? Isn't that right? Yeah. So I will not be continuing on with that, which is disappointing, but we have to pivot. Pivot! We gotta just go with the flow. I don't want to lose momentum on reading because I'm trying to force myself to read certain books that just aren't vibing where I am, like vibing where I'm currently at the moment, or my brain is currently at the moment. So we are just embracing that. So we do still have two book clubs that I'm participating in. My own book club, which this month, since it's February, we're going for a little romance for our book club choice, and that is She Doesn't Have a Clue by Jenny Elder Moak. This is going to be in my Solstice Reads book clubs. If you want to join, I will link that below and you can join and read it with me. I actually have this book coming from Once Upon a Story. Once Upon a Story? You know, that book box. So we're also going to do a dedicated vlog to that, because the way that book box works is they have certain pages where they have like something that's related to the book. So I'm excited. It is a book about, it's a romance, and there's like a murder mystery in this mansion during a wedding, from what I remember. In addition, this book is also coming out. This is a 2025 new release, and I actually had it on my most anticipated 2025 new release vlog. So I'm excited to go ahead and get that one going, get that one started. I'm excited to read it. I am a huge fan of Clue, the movie, the game, anything with Clue I thoroughly enjoy. So I am hoping that I will enjoy this romance as well. And it kind of fits into, like I said, trying to keep things a little bit lighter, a little easier reads for me. In addition to that, I'm still participating in my Royal Reads book club that I'm doing with some lovely people over from Gavin's Once Upon a Time watch along. So we will be reading So This Is Love, which is a Cinderella retelling. Yes, so we'll be reading that one. Outside of book clubs, I am going to be participating in Jante's Inferno, which is from February 6th to February 16th. It's a 10-day readathon where you're trying to read books to get out of the 9 circles of hell. And so there's a prompt for each one of these. I will link Jan's announcement video below if you want to participate. So I'm actually needing to pick some books for this, and going to kind of do, hopefully being able to blend some current reads that I already have on my list with this list, so we are not overloading what we need to do. On top of Jante's Inferno, I am still participating in Kayla from Books and Lala's Buzzword-a-thon and Buzzword-a-thon cover challenge. And I originally had 2 books selected for the month of February. The Buzzword reading challenge has water words for February, and I had originally picked Such a Fool Sea by Chong-Rae Lee. And then for February, the cover challenge is a skyline, and I chose Water Moon for that one, which is also a new release that was on one of my 2025 most anticipated new releases. However, Water Moon actually fits both of those. Shake hands. Both of those prompts. So in order to give myself a little leeway, I'm only going to say that I'm going to read Water Moon for those challenges and kind of mark both of those off. So that is the first one, and I got my Owl Crate edition. Let me show you. It's gorgeous. So I got this from Owl Crate. It came in this week, and I finally picked it up from the mailbox yesterday, and she is just beautiful. The only thing I'm a little disappointed about is that the original edition, the book sleeve is designed to be turned into origami, which I love because, as we know, I hate book sleeves, but this book is stunning. Stunning. Just stunning. And look at the inside cover with these birds. And then even the book sleeve itself, just such a work of art. Like, I may just like flatten it out and just have this as some kind of decor, because this is so pretty and it deserves to be seen. Absolutely. Right, Pumpkin? Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Pumps? Anywho, so yes, Water Moon is going to go ahead and help me out with the Buzzword challenge for the month of February. I know a lot of people have been talking about this. It surrounds a pawn shop. They pawn their life choices and deepest regrets. So that is kind of the background of this story. Supposedly, I saw that some people said it's pretty depressing. Hopefully it's cozy and depressing. I'm also going to be adding this to Jante's Inferno list because, as you will see here, we have on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 4th Circle of Hell. It's a book you recently acquired, and I recently acquired this. So we are going to go ahead and put Water Moon for our 4th slot for Jante's Inferno. Jante's Inferno. Jante's. I think because I'm Dante and Jante's. Jante's Inferno. So that is one. In addition to that, I do have another one. So the 9th Circle of Hell is Betray Your Physical TBR. And I actually saw that Abby Jimenez posted today that on KU they have released a short story, like an Amazon original story that she's written. And I went ahead and picked that up. So that is The Fall Risk, a short story by Abby Jimenez. From what I understand, these two are neighbors. They are trying to not fall in love, and then they get put into a forced proximity somehow, and they slowly, possibly fall in love. And that's basically what I got from it. But I'm gonna go ahead, it's a short story, it's Abby Jimenez, and we are still gonna be waiting a little while for a new Abby Jimenez. So I'm gonna put The Fall Risk for betraying my physical TBR. The next two, so that was the 9th Level of Hell. The 8th Level of Hell is a book with a dark cover. Jan explains that in this you can double up, but it has to be sequential. So you can double up in the 8th and 7th slot, or the 5th and 6th, etc., etc. So I think doing a book with a dark cover and then the 7th Ring of Hell as a book with violence are two easy ones to go ahead and double up on. And so we're going to do that. And I'm of two minds for this option. We have the 5th book in the Veronica Speedwell series by Deanna Raybourn, and that is a murderous relation. Obviously dark, murder is involved, there's our violence, period. I do also love the Erotica Speedball series, and we'll probably finish this very quickly. So this is a strong contender. We also have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and this is a dark enough cover. I hope you would agree. And I do believe there's violence. Dark magic, infecting, sounds kind of violent. I feel like fair enough. So those are the two options that I'm thinking of. However, I do think a murderous relation just like really hits both of these just like on the nose, very on the nose here. We got dark, we got murder in the title. I feel like we're set there. So we're going to, hold on before I do this. Okay, yeah. That is what we're going to put for our 8th and 7th Ring of Hell. It's going to be a murderous relation. The 6th Ring of Hell is a hot pick or a trending book. I could go with One Dark Window because if you did watch Katie Coulson's from Katie Coulson, if you did watch her vlog that she posted or her video where she sums up BookTube's favorite books of the year, which is incredible. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below as well because the editing is perfect. But One Dark Window was on those, so technically hot and trending, I feel like, even if it came out a minute ago. So this could be a good option. This could also be for the 5th Ring of Hell, which is a conflict in the synopsis. Or a 5-star prediction, because I do believe I'm going to like this one. I do think so. So we're gonna hold this one, but let's go look. I feel like One Dark Window, but do I want to do that? Okay. Yeah. Oh, and my seat is lost. I lost my seat to pumpkins. Hello, I'm filming right now, ma'am. I'm filming, thank you. Okay, hot trending. I could also put The Spell Shop here because this was nominated for a Goodreads Choice Award under Romantasy, even though from what I gather it's more cozy fantasy. So I could put this here as well. Okay, let's flip this and reverse it. Let's go ahead to one that's a little bit more direct that I think we can find a book for and not have to debate it. So we have a food or bev on the cover or in the title. So I definitely have a book with food and beverages in the title, and that's Tea with a Minotaur, which I got in my Caffeine and Legends advent calendar. So we could read this one, little cozy, should be nice, very big font. We love a big font. So this could be a good option. And of course, we still have a book that is on my 20 for 25, and that is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. And you will note there's some kind of biscuit on this cover. Also could count. I think we are going to go Bookshops and Bone Dust for our level 3. Okay, hot and trending pick. Hot pick, trending. Hot pick, trending. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna go One Dark Window. I feel like it's so early in the year and I'm not reading Onyx Storm. So we're gonna go One Dark Window. A book with a conflict in the synopsis. I think I am going to go with another Tea Kingfisher. Since I had such a good time with What Moves the Dead during Winterween, that we might as well add Tea Kingfisher to another reading challenge, and that is Thornhedge. And this says with conflict in the synopsis, and he's heard there's a curse here that needs breaking, but it's a curse totaling will do anything to uphold. Conflict. Conflict right there. And it's short. Bam. Beautiful. Thornhedge. Okay, which leaves us with just 2 books to add to our Jante's Inferno. We have a 5-star prediction, and the final is just 1 more book. No doubling up. So, 5-star prediction. I'm gonna go with the Spell Shop. I may be a little ambitious, but I'm gonna go with the Spell Shop as my 5-star prediction. And finally, we have 1 more book for Jante's Inferno. And with this, I do declare that we are going to go ahead and prioritize one of our, oh, excuse you. We are going to also prioritize one of the books from our book club, and I think because I don't know when I'm gonna finish She Doesn't Have a Clue, and that's gonna be its own vlog, what we will go with instead is So This Is Love. Twisted Tales book. Twisted Tales book. Okay, so here is our list. I will also post this on Instagram, but we have our Jante's Inferno TBR for February 6th to 16th. I did also want to somewhat participate in Polarthon from Jade, from JD Ray Reads. So her Polarthon just started. I think it's the entire month, from what I remember, of February. What month are we in? February. So it's the entire month of February will be Polarthon. She also has a board where we're trying to white out this board. So I will put that here. So I do also intend on trying to participate in this throughout the month. So first one, we have a blue cover. Thornhedge will make for a blue cover. Have a snowy setting. That we may have to figure out if I can find a book with a snowy setting. I feel like I can. We have chilly vibes. We have a black cover. And I do believe Jade said that you can double up on these. Just no. So we have a black cover. We have cozy vibes. Girl, I'm doing great on this already. So we have cozy vibes. We have a polar fantasy, which will be the most interesting one to find. We have a snowy cover. So like I said, could double up here because there is actually like maybe snow, kind of, or maybe those are stars. Inquiring minds want to know. We have an animal companion, which is good. I do think the Spell Shop has an animal companion. We have warm, anything that gives you warm and cozy. An Arctic adventure, icy, a nonfiction, a foiled cover. I do believe this is a foiled cover. And also, I believe this would be considered a foiled cover. So there's that. We have a winter read, snowy, and a white cover. So those are also things I'm going to be looking out for throughout the month here. I'm not going to set a TBR for the Polarthon whiteout, but I'm also going to link Jade's video announcing Polarthon. I also like this because you can donate and try to raise money for the polar bears for, you know, climate change. So definitely encourage you to check that out. I will be keeping track of this throughout the month as well, trying to get the whiteout. Like I said, I'm not going to determine all of my TBR based on this, just because I think I'm gonna have to get a little creative. And I also just wanna see what I pick up on like KU and at the library and just what's kind of going on and see what I can find. So I'm gonna be a little bit more loosey-goosey with Polarthon than I'm going to be with Jante's Inferno. Jante's Inferno, especially because Polarthon is throughout the full month of February and not just a reduced amount of days. So I think it'll be more fun to just kind of see where we're at the end of the month in our February wrap up and see if we were able to white out the entire board. It would also be super cute, just FYI, to print this out and get like the little cotton balls and like literally white it out like snow. I may have to do that. We shall see. We shall see. Anywho, that is our plans for February. Like I said, the only book that the only reading vlog that I definitely know we're gonna be doing is reading She Doesn't Have a Clue, because I want to have that whole Once Upon a Story, what is it called? Once Upon a Book Club. So I do want to see how this Once Upon a Book Club works. So I want to do a vlog where you can, we'll do a reading vlog, we'll read this book, I'll give you my thoughts, but also we'll open as we reach those pages, which I think will be really, really fun. So I'm excited to do that one. But that is the only vlog beyond the Whistle Down Wishes series that I have planned for February thus far, which reminds me that I didn't tell you what we're going to be reading for our second book in the Whistle Down Wishes series, where I read a classic written by a woman each month in the year of 2025. Because I've been trying to see if I can find something from the library, because I'm trying not to purchase books. I really want to read an Octavia E. Butler this month. That is like my goal. I also do have 2 books that are on the shorter side that I do want to also try to fit into the month of February for Black History Month. Specifically, these ones are noted to possibly be the first 2 published books of a Black American female author. So I thought that would be really great to read one of those as well, and that is The Sketches of the Life of a Free Black by Harriet E. Wilson, or The Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl by Harriet Ann Jacobs. So either one of these books I'm going to pick up and read as well. Like I mentioned, one's 109 pages and one is 178. So I do want to also read those, because I think it would be really cool to read a book that is noted to being the first book published from a Black American female author in the United States. So want to also prioritize that and just learn a little bit more about these books. And also read something that I think I would just really like, and I've been meaning to pick up Octavia E. Butler, and I consider her an author who writes modern classics, or wrote modern sci-fi classics. So I'm either thinking, I was originally thinking Kindred, because I know a lot of people like Kindred, but since I'm already reading a book that is documenting the lives of a person who is enslaved, I also think I would like to pick something that perhaps doesn't focus as much on that, to diversify, because I want to make sure that when I am highlighting Black voices, that I'm not just focusing on historical facts like the enslavement of Black people in the United States, but also just on works in different genres. So I think because of that, I'm not going to go with Kindred, and I think I'm going to go with Parable of a Sower. Yeah, so Parable of a Sower is a speculative fiction novel, and it is set in a post-apocalyptic Earth heavily affected by climate change and social inequality. So I would not say this is like a joyful book, but I just wanted to add more diversity to this. I also considered Beloved by Toni Morrison. So I don't know. We'll see where the road takes us this month. But my battery's about to die. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to stick around if you want to check out some more Bookish Nerd content. I upload every Wednesdays and most Sundays. And until next time, I hope you read a good book. I hope you find some joy. And most importantly, I hope you do something to make the world a better place. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!